Hey everyone, Evil here with another Onigiri video. In this video I want to show you guys how to power level a brand new character. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and create a new character and then show you guys the steps that I take to power level this character from the beginning to a good amount of levels within a short period of time. So I'm going to create a new character called Evilcow here. And I'm going to use the Daring class because, or the Daring perk, because I'll be playing bow character class and twin swords. So once my character is created, I'm going to go ahead and go in game here. Now some parts of this video I'm going to fast forward so that you guys don't have to watch the entire boring bits. We're going to close all the windows here and ignore what's going on. So the first thing we want to do is talk to this person, and we're going to skip his dialogue and accept his quest. Alright, so after we talk to him, we're going to go ahead and head down the steps here. Okay, so we're going to continue down the steps here, and we're going to talk to an NPC called Sakata Kintoki. So this NPC here. Alright, so we're going to start her quest, and we're going to skip a bunch of the dialogue and accept her quest. The first thing she's going to have us do is clear a dungeon called Fragment Groove. So it costs 10 energies, and we start out with 50 energies to begin with. So we'll go ahead and run this. Now when we first start running this, you hear the heartbeat going in the background. That means we started with very little health, but this character immediately has a lot of health when the character started. So we're going to be a little bit careful and just kind of snipe these guys from afar to not die. So once we kill the first one, then we should be okay. The game's going to give us a bunch of HP back, and we should be good. Alright, so we're going to grab the money. And these guys are a bit annoying, so we're going to use the first and second skill to kind of clear them out and gain some levels along the way. And this is the boss of the dungeon, so we're going to use our second Ogi here to clear him or her out pretty quickly. That's wonderful. So we cleared our first dungeon, and there's some dialogue here, so I'm going to skip the dialogue and advance it. And we're already at level 19, which is wonderful. Okay, so after we exit, we're going to talk to her, and it's going to help us advance to the second part of her quest, which is the Force of Miracles. Now, we're not going to run that just yet. So we're going to go back up the steps here, and we're going to continue on with the story quest to get us an item, a free item that's going to give us an extra 50% EXP boost. That's going to help us with our power leveling. So the story quest is going to have us clear this dungeon here, and in order to enter the dungeon, we have to equip our accessory called the Megatama. So we're given this Megatama at the beginning when we talk to the NPC at the very beginning. So we're going to go ahead and equip it and enter the dungeon. We're just going to clear it on the easiest difficulty, as there's no point for us to go to the higher difficulties at this point in time. This is more of a training tutorial dungeon, so oops. gonna kill this baddie here. What we forgot to do was allocate our points. Because we leveled to 19, we have some skill points here that we can allocate. And because we're playing bow and twin swords, we're gonna put everything into dexterity. That's gonna help us tremendously with these guys here. So now I should be able to one-shot these guys, like so. Okay, so we get introduced to Yoshimitsu. So she has a quest here for us to repair her weapon. We'll go ahead and do that while we're here. You're gonna make sure you want to talk to her again, and we're just gonna repair one of their weapons or twin swords that we've been using. So that's gonna initiate her dialogue, and it's gonna complete the mission or the quest. So this is the boss of the level, so we're going to wait for him to fully spawn in, and then we're just going to use our skill to kill him pretty easily. Alright, so that boosted us to level 20, which is great, so we're going to then continue with the rest of the story and move to the next area. So there's some dialogue here, so again I'm going to skip everything. We need to talk to this rock here, and there's some more dialogue, so I'm going to skip that. And then we can use the leave dungeon feature here to exit the dungeon. Okay, so once we've exited, we're going to go back up the hill here and talk to the NPC to advance the quest. As you can see, there's an orange marker or an orange arrow on my HUD that shows me that that's where the quest marker is. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to him, complete the quest, and then he has more dialogue for the next quest. Now, this is the item that we are looking for, so this will give us extra 50% EXP boost for 30 minutes. So this is going to be great. We actually didn't need to talk to him the second time, but I forgot what he was going to say. So I talked to him, but basically he just congratulated us for reaching level 10. Now the next part of the story quest has us going to the rest stop area. So once we get to the rest area, we are introduced to Moroku. So he's our NPC that's going to sell us weapons later on. So it's going to be good. We're going to need to unlock him. Now he has us talking to a couple of NPCs here, so we're going to go up and follow the yellow arrows to talk to these NPCs. Okay, now we go back to talk to Moroku. Okay, we're going to continue his quest here. And we're told to clear dungeon, so we're going to head to the yellow marker and clear that dungeon. So that's the boss of the area. So there's some dialogue, so we talk to the NPC, and after he's done talking, we're gonna go ahead and exit the dungeon. We're gonna head back to the rest area to talk to Moroku. Okay, he actually even says it here. This is the weapon that we actually want, the sunrise weapon. But he's not gonna sell it to us yet. But we'll get to that soon. So the last thing we want to do for this quest is go back to Onigashima. So I'm going to use the move to resurrection point to get us directly to the portal. Oops, almost went the wrong way there. We're just going to run our way back up to the top. Now we can take the crystal, but I actually don't know what the crystal on top is called, so I'm just going to run. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and skip this, and he's going to give us our reward. Okay, perfect. Okay, with our new 50% boost, we should be able to run this dungeon now and use the boost. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my inventory, and he's given us the 50% for 30 minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and use that item. So now I have double the boost going. So now I'll talk to the NPC and run the Force of Miracles. So it's going to cost us another 10 energies. We have 43 right now, so we'll go ahead and run this dungeon. Again, our HP is really low, just because we are very low level coming into here, but we can basically basic attack these guys, and I'm going to use the first attack to just clear out that guy. So these pink guys are really easy. I'm just going to lob my axe here and just kill him with basic attack. Be careful of the crab guys. They can actually do a lot of damage if you're not careful. The first attack will actually take them out if you can land all the hits on them. Alright, so as you can see, we're already level 25. The goal is to get to level 50. Okay, so now we're gonna fight the boss of this dungeon, which is Ifrit. Of course he's going to stun us there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so there's some dialogue here, so we're just going to skip the dialogue. Okay, so once we're out, we'll talk to her to complete the quest. Wonderful. So as you can see, we're at level 44, which is great, but we need to be level 50. So we're going to go ahead and continue and run this dungeon one more time. Okay, wonderful. So after clearing the 2 dungeons, we're at level 51, which is perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and exit the dungeon. Okay, so the next part of our journey involves unlocking the next area of the story quest. And if you're curious, the reason why we need to get to level 50 is because the weapons that we're going to buy, the one that Moroku spoke of, the Sunrise, and there's another type called the Zunder weapon, it requires you to, it doesn't require, but it gives an extra bonus when you are level 50 and above. So that's why we wanted to get to above level 50. Now that we have all these skill points, we're going to go ahead and allocate everything to our primary stat. Again, because I am bow and twin swords, I'm going to be dexterity. Okay, we're going to talk to this NPC again. And then he's going to give us that that EXP boost, and the next part of the quest is going to give us another 50%. Alright, so the next part of our journey takes us to Kumaso village. This is the village where we're going to unlock Moroku. And then from that point on, we'll be able to level him up a little bit and get him to sell us the special weapons that are going to give us a really strong power boost. Okay, so now that we reach Kumaso village, we're going to skip that cutscene and we'll get introduced to Ibaraki. So we'll go ahead and skip that as well. And in the village we're going to head up to the top to speak to the village elder. And that's where Moroku is going to be waiting for us as well. Okay, so in order to get the NPCs here, we're going to have to speak to the chief here. And he's going to give us our reward. And there's some talking, and voila. So here's our 4 NPCs. So we're going to talk to Moroku, and again he's going to tell us about the Sunrise weapon. And when we look at his weapon inventory, or he doesn't have the weapons that we need him to have. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him some friendship items, and if you hover over the friendship items that you need, I believe he wants friendship model kit. So you can see greatly affects Moroku and Kaguya. So we're going to give him some of these. So we'll continue to give him more. So there's no more that we can give him here. So we're going to go ahead and close the window. And then he's going to have some dialogue for us. And then after that dialogue, then we can come back and give him more. So there's a little bit of a block. So then we give him one more, and you can see we can't give him any more, so we're going to close this. And then he has more dialogue. These are basically the partner sub-quests. Okay, at this point we clear some dungeons. So we're going to talk to him again, and now he has a quest for us. So we're going to open this quest called Lucky Find. Okay. And now we're going to talk to him one more time. And when you scroll down, you can see that he has now an array of inventory called the Zunder weapon, and above here is the Sunrise weapon. They're essentially the same, so each class gets one weapon type. So you get one Sunrise and one version of the Zunder, which is awesome. So because we have some guild or some Ryu from farming the dungeon, we're going to go ahead and buy the weapons that is specific to our class. So like I said, I'm playing Twin Swords and Bow, so I'm going to go ahead and buy some Twin Swords and Bow here. Okay, perfect. Now these weapons restock every day, so at the time of this recording it's 12 o'clock, so in about 12 hours from my time they're going to restock, and then there's going to be another set that you can buy. So it's really great. So if you want to stockpile some of these, you can buy them daily, so which is really nice. Now I'm also going to buy some crystals here. I'm just going to buy a couple. We have the cash for it. And what these star fragments are going to do is they're just miniature crystals that allow us to get back to town quickly. Okay, so now we have our weapons. I'm going to see if I can allocate some stat points, so we can put one more. And then we're going to immediately equip the weapons. And you're going to see a jump in boost in power when we equip these brand new weapons. For this part, I'm going to play bow, so I'm going to go ahead and equip the bow. As you can see on the left hand side, my attack power with the Oni dagger is 206, and with the bow is 7,686. So a huge jump in power by just having these weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and equip the two bows that I have, and they come with rapid shot 1 skills, which is fine. So I'm going to equip the two twin swords as well, which is wonderful. So now you can see our power has like substantially increased due to having these weapons. Alright, wonderful. So now we have our crystals as well, so instead of running back to the crystal, we're gonna use one of these star fragments, and you can just run back down to the crystal down there if you want, but I'm just lazy, so I'm just going to take this crystal to the temporal rift, which happens to be where the next part of our journey to power level takes us. So we're going to want to come to the temporal rift to see this cutscene. So wonderful. So now that we've seen the cutscene, we're going to come over here to talk to Chiferi. And then she has two quests, Between Ages, so we'll go ahead and activate this, and Chiferi's Duty as well, and activate both. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to head back to Onigashima. Okay, once back in Onigashima, we're going to head over to the left side here. Alright, so we're just going to get to this area, and this is where we need to be. Now there's nothing special that we need to do here, and then we're going to head back to the crystal. Or actually, instead of going back to that laggy area, I'm just going to open my own crystal and go back to the rift. Okay, immediately once we get to the rift, we have a quest clear. So that part was really important. You actually do need to go to that part. So once we come back, we talk to Chiferi, so she has some stuff to say. And I believe she's going to invite us to the inner dimension, so we're going to go, let's go. Okay, so there's nothing really much here except to go talk to her here. And then we get the quest completion. Alright, wonderful. Now we're going to head back to Onigashima. Okay, so again we're going to go back to this side over here. And we're almost done with this video. We're at the last leg of the journey. Now the difference here is you're going to see Chifira here. She's going to be a small version of herself. So then we're going to want to talk to her, but we're going to see that we have 6 minutes of boost left on our 50%, so we're going to go ahead and just talk to her. Okay, so now that the quest is completed, we can talk to her to run these energy dungeons that we have available. So the one we're interested in, with the 6 minutes that we have left, we're going to run the special one here, and because it's a weekend, I have the hell version, but normally you would have the normal and hard version. And because these are level specific, we're going to run the 25 energy, the normal one. Now, if you notice, I have 28 energies that is left over from the beginning of our game. So we're going to go ahead and run the normal one. Alright, so now equipped with our snazzy weapons, we should be able to take these guys out pretty easily, just like that. In fact, I don't really need to switch weapons. I can just use my one weapon here and just kind of gun them down using Rapid Shot 1. And we're going to collect these EXP tickets, which is our ultimate goal. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to collect all the tickets here. And we've cleared the dungeon with 3 energies to spare. Alright, so the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to spend our tickets that we just acquired. So I'm going to go to my inventory, and here are the 58 tickets that I have gained. So I'm going to right click on them, and I'm going to use all of them. And that's it, folks. So within half an hour or so, I would say maybe less than an hour, we have started the game and we got to level 67, and we basically almost maxed out our first primary stat. We have weapons that give us a tremendous amount of attack power, and we have 2 sets of these, so our primary and maybe our secondary. And as you can see, within the first hour or so of playing the game, we have already accomplished quite a lot. So anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you find it useful. Just to summarize, we basically started a new character. Within less than an hour we were able to get to level 67 using the resources that are available to us. We actually have substantially somewhat powerful weapons to help us with the rest of the game moving forth, and I feel like this is a tremendous way, or a great way, to start the game for anyone who's playing the game, whether you're starting this game from scratch, you're new to the game, or if you just want to level your characters. This is a really great way to start the journey. Thanks again for watching the video, and again, I hope you find this useful. If you do, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. I make just Onigiri videos, and I'm really happy to make them, and I'm very excited and happy that people may find it useful. So thanks again for watching. This is Evil. Peace.